Hey everybody, quick insert here. I just came back from a really cool event organized and sponsored by Recoil Magazine, CanCon, Carolina. For your $50 daily ticket or your $75 early bird ticket, we shoot suppressed firearms all day Friday and all day Saturday. Ammo completely paid for by price of your ticket. Get in line as many times as you want. There were hundreds of weapons available to shoot at dozens of booths. So hey, 3 videos on that coming up. Now I'm going to shut up so I can talk in the next video. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and of course various and sundry humanoids, welcome to the channel. I'm Cap, this is my place. Hey, it's November and that means Christmas is right on top of us, and so I have done a video on the Model Railroad series, gift giving ideas for model railroaders, and now it's time for gift giving ideas for marksmen. So hey, let's get started. All right, guys, look, we don't really give firearms for gifts. You can have a person pay for a firearm and then take that person in and fill out the federal paperwork. But let's kind of stay away from that because that can be a bit of a trap. And what we're going to talk about today are other things that we can give marksmen for the Christmas season. So, the very first thing I'm going to talk about, what's this? Hearing protection. So these are, the brand is unimportant. Hey, there's a hair there on my mic. The brand is unimportant, folks, but these are electronic hearing protection. They'll function just like regular shooter's earmuffs without a battery or with a dead battery, but when the battery is live, you can turn them on. And conversations are amplified right up until the moment when a shot is fired. The circuit clicks off and protects your ears from the dangerous level of noise. And you can hear clearly because sometimes things happen on the range. And there's a huge difference between the range is hot and Ray has been shot. Been there, seen that happen. Next, probably most of us seen mag lights. For a while, mag light was absolutely the thing, and they gave excellent service for both serving police and corrections officers and for regular folks just trying to change some oil on their vehicle. However, today, much brighter lights are available. They have not only more lumens, but better throw to them, and the reflectors are made much better, so there are no shadows, and that's all very important when you're trying to decide if something that you're looking at is a threat that maybe you need to deal with your firearm. So, new firearms these days in 2025 mostly seem to come with a rail integrated into the frame someplace so you can mount a light. Very important, you need at least 60 lumens. 100 is better. 60 will produce that purple splotch in the eye and give you maybe a half a second to move and come up with a little bit of a plan before you just start blasting, which is no bueno. So weapon lights are a good deal. But also, if you're going to have a weapon light, you need to have a second light that'll clip into your pocket. Because you can't just pull your gun out and wave it around in the dark to see what's out there. That's also no bueno, as our Spanish friends would say. So, I've got 3 examples here. This big guy here that I carried on duty, it's 1,000 lumen, but it's also got low, medium, kinda high. The 1,000 lumen got red, it's got green. And it's got this port here on it. It comes with a rechargeable battery and a sleeve that'll slip in if the rechargeable battery dies. And you can throw in a couple of CR123s, which I don't understand why we don't just call them 123s. Anyhow, that's a Pelican. I've got a stream light here. This light is 100 lumens. Very durable light. These two lights have hit the ground with me literally dozens, if not hundreds of times, especially this guy. Finally, I got this little guy, single battery, about 60 lumens. This guy is a Surefire. So 3 good brands. Some people also have very good luck with Olight. For weapon lights, you may have consult with your state's laws first. You may want to purchase a weapon light that also includes a laser. Does that get a little bit steep on the pocketbook? Yeah, it does. But they work. If you're going to give lights, these lights, again, don't take AA or AAA batteries. They take CR123s. Get a good brand, whether it's Duracell or Surefire actually has their own CR123s packaged for Surefire. Get them a couple of packages of that. Next, what are we going to shoot through our handgun or whatever kind of firearm we have? Well, quality ammo, not just expanding defensive type ammo. You need a little bit of ball ammo to just go out and shoot holes in paper targets with. Oh, paper targets? Yep. There are numerous sources, both locally sourced and, of course, through the interwebs, where you can get paper targets in packs of 100 or more. Next, if you know what your marksman has, so far as their firearm brand, and I mean make, model, and caliber, magazines. I have probably 3 or maybe 4 dozen magazines for my M1911s. My first one came with 3 magazines from Springfield, and because it was one of the so-called loaded models, there was a big old coupon in the box, and I had a discount, and I was able to get 11 more. And many times when I go to whatever our local sporting goods store is, I get my regular stuff, I pop over and I get another magazine. Because hey, range time is valuable. You don't want to be sitting there on a bench thumbing ammo into a magazine while other people are waiting to get on the firing line. Next, tools. I've got this tool roll. This is a general type of tool roll. It's full of cleaning rods, brass and nylon bore brushes because, hey, Glock is a special snowflake. You cannot use a bronze bore brush in the Glock handgun barrel. You have to use nylon. It's got all kinds of other tools in it. Put this aside. I showed this earlier in my review of multi-tools. I am a 1911 shooter, and this multi-tool is specifically designed for M1911 pistols. It even has its own bushing wrench included on it. I think this probably has every tool you might need for fixing a problem with an M1911 where you maybe don't really have to change out a part, or even if you do and you've got a spare part with you in the field, you could do it with that tool. Next, hey, you've gone shooting with, you got your pistol dirty, got your rifle dirty, and that means we need patches to clean the bore with. Not just patches, solvents. I didn't want to bring solvents into the office and mess up my desk, but again, patches for cleaning your bore are specifically sized to groups of calibers. And finally, what do we have here? Well, this is a case. This Pelican case came with, it's the deployment kit for my M24 sniper weapon system. I have full-size Pelican cases for my rifles, but this is a good example of the type of thing to be looking for in a case. It's made of very strong plastic material. If you're in a sporting goods store and you got one of the kids with you, and Junior can go like this and force the lid to collapse, that's not a purchase we're going to make. Pelican is a more expensive brand, but it's made of much stronger material. The latches are better. Next to the latches, on the corners, and on rifle cases, also in the middle of the case, there are holes that match up in the lid and the body for TSA approved locks. There's a pressure equalization of a valve, because words are hard, and they have high quality, I just said words are hard. They have much higher quality hinges. They're much less likely to break. All right, finally, soft cases. Now, this case I like. Obviously, it's a case for a long gun, but this case I think is excellent because it doubles not only as a case, but when you unzip it, it folds out and it becomes a shooter's mat. Among the features this has, plenty of nice strong Fastex buckles. It has an excellent zipper, and over here, move this over here, we have straps. You can carry this bag like it's a rucksack. This, especially with larger, heavier rifles, very convenient. And on the inside, it's got Velcro to attach two pouches that came with it. And one of those pouches is full of loops to hold ammunition. Is this kind of thing available for handguns as well? Yeah, it is. Have a good general idea of the dimensions of the firearm that your shooter has, and look for good quality Cordura nylon, and have at it. So anyway, folks, that's the video for this month for firearms. New videos every Wednesday and on a Monday or a Friday as weird stuff pops into my otherwise empty head. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.